Have you ever wondered why Scorpio is the most feared, most misunderstood sign, and at the same time, the most magnetic in the entire zodiac? What is it behind Scorpio energy that awakens so much fascination, fear, and reverence? What few know, and almost no one dares to reveal, is that Scorpio carries within itself the forbidden flame, an ancestral spiritual fire that ancient occultists considered sacred and too dangerous to be exposed. Today, you will understand why this sign was marked with an invisible seal, why its natives face such profound trials, and why Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, left disturbing records about this energy. This video is not just about astrology, it's about spiritual mysteries, hidden secrets, and revelations that have been kept for generations. We are talking about a cosmic force that manifests itself in human form, and which, according to Cayce, has the mission to destroy illusions, purify pain, and be reborn from its own ashes. If you are a Scorpio, or if you live with someone of this sign, this message reached you for a reason that goes far beyond coincidence. Many tried to silence this truth. Many failed. But the time has come. The spiritual truth about Scorpio will be revealed, and you will understand why the universe hid it for so long. Now comment below, I carry this energy. Like and share this video with someone who needs to hear this. And get ready, because what comes next could change everything you thought about: destiny, pain, and spiritual mission. If this message has already started to touch something inside you, it's because that flame, yes, the forbidden flame, still burns inside, even if silent. And that's why I want you to comment now. I carry this energy. When you write, you activate, you confirm, you connect with the mission that the universe has entrusted to Scorpios and those who cross their path. It's not just a comment, it's a seal. It is a spiritual recognition. And if at any point in your life you felt like you needed to hide, that your intensity was too much, that your pain seemed greater than you could bear, then you need to stay with me until the end of this video, because what Edgar Cayce revealed about the sign of Scorpio will explain much of what you have lived in silence. It will show you that nothing was by chance. What's more, it will give you answers that have been locked inside you for years. Leave your like now if you believe you carry a spiritual mission. This helps the content reach other souls who are also searching for this truth. And subscribe to the channel, because this journey is just beginning. Upcoming videos will delve even deeper into the hidden revelations of the signs, the unseen missions, and the spiritual codes that have been hidden for eons. This is not just a series, it's an awakening, and only those who are ready will understand until the end. Have you ever felt like you carry a dark but sacred force? Like there's something about you that the world fears but also needs? Something that cannot be explained with ordinary logic, but that burns within you like a silent, ancient, deep calling. Maybe no one has ever been able to name it, but you know, deep down, you always knew. There is an energy in you that is different. It's not light, it's not easy, it's not docile, but it's real, it's strong, it's transformative. And this force, this spiritual flame that pulses silently within those ruled by Scorpio, is not there by chance. From an early age, Scorpios, or those with a strong influence of this sign, feel that the world reacts in a strange way to their presence. They are looked at differently. They are judged by their intensity. Many find them cold, others find them dangerous, and some, when they get too close, simply can't stand to stay. This happens because Scorpio carries the magnetism of the invisible. He doesn't need to say much. He doesn't need to prove anything. His energy speaks for itself. And she says, I see beyond. Scorpio sees what others try to hide. Capture what is behind the words. Feel what no one verbalizes. Perceive when there is falsehood, when there is manipulation, when there is darkness disguised as light. And this ability is not just any gift. It is part of a spiritual mission that requires preparation, pain, silence, and rebirth. It is no surprise that Scorpio is directly linked to the archetype of death and rebirth, but it's not about physical death. It's about the death of the ego, the illusion, the false self. Scorpio comes into the world to destroy structures that are no longer useful, to revive the truth. And that, of course, is uncomfortable, because the world is not always ready for the truth. The world prefers the comfort zone, well-put-together appearances, sweet lies rather than raw reality. But Scorpio didn't come to smooth the way. He came to open up spiritual doors that had been locked for centuries. And that is the forbidden flame, the force that burns all that is shallow and reveals what and it is eternal. Have you ever noticed that when everything seems too calm, you feel restless, like you know something is coming, even if no one says anything? This is not ordinary anxiety. This is heightened spiritual perception. Scorpios are living portals. Their souls carry codes that defy human logic. It is not uncommon to see Scorpios getting involved in intense, transformative, and often painful situations. But there is always an ulterior motive behind it. Each fall prepares for a bigger jump. Each wound opens a new vision. Each betrayal reveals a deeper layer of one's essence. And this is where what Edgar Cayce saw comes in. He believed that Scorpios reincarnate with specific tasks, linked to collective transmutation. According to Cayce, these souls are prepared on higher planes to carry a kind of spiritual seal, something that cannot be easily perceived by everyone, but that vibrates powerfully in invisible dimensions. They are the alchemists of the soul, those who can transform poison into cure. And that's why they often go through such intense cycles of pain, loneliness, loss, and regeneration, because this is the only way to activate what they carry inside. But we must remember, this strength is not automatic. It needs to be recognized, accepted, and above all, lived with awareness. Many Scorpios, out of fear of rejection or tiredness, try to put out this flame. They try to fit in, hide their intensity, soften their presence to be accepted. But this weakens them. It takes them away from their spiritual nature. And when a Scorpio strays from his truth, he becomes sick, not just in body, but in soul. Your energy stagnates, your light goes out, and the universe begins to send signs, dreams, intuitions, until he awakens again. Maybe you've already felt this, that feeling of being disconnected, even though you're doing everything right. That phase where you attract empty people, experience situations that no longer represent you, and everything seems meaningless. It's your spirit trying to remember who you are, trying to rekindle the forbidden flame that never really went out. I was just asleep, but she is there, waiting for you to claim her. And now that you're here, hearing this, feeling this, maybe it's time to take a stand, not just in the video, but in the universe, to show that you recognize your energy, who is no longer afraid of her, who is ready to burn everything that is false, and walk as someone who carries the fire of transformation. Therefore, I want to make a simple but profound request. If at any point in these words you identified yourself, if something pulsed inside in a way that you cannot explain, comment below, "I am guardian of the flame." If you want, you can also write, "My pain awakens me," or "I accepted my essence." These comments are not just words. They are spiritual affirmations, vibrational seals, declarations to the universe. And of course, if you believe that this message can reach more people, enjoy this video now. This allows him to reach other souls who may need to hear exactly this. Subscribe to the channel, because we still have a lot to reveal about Scorpio, about other spiritually chosen signs, and about the invisible forces that govern our path. Your journey is just beginning, and the next step is already waiting for you. Now, if at any point in this video you felt something inside you awaken, if the words touched a pain that perhaps you didn't even know you carried, then listen carefully, because this is not just content, it's a calling, and it is no coincidence that you are here now. I want to invite you to download your digital book, The 7 Hidden Spiritual Wounds of Your Zodiac Sign, and How to Heal Them Before 2026. This book is not just any other ebook. He is a map, a spiritual code, content that wasn't made for everyone, just for those who feel like they've always carried something that no one explained. The wounds you carry have been hidden by systems, beliefs, and even modern astrology itself. But they are there, shaping your repetitive cycles, sabotaging your connections, postponing your mission. This material was created to open the veil and deliver what spiritual cults kept under lock and key: the power of pain as an instrument of awakening. If something inside you pulses with these words, don't ignore this call. The link is in the first pinned comment. But be careful, access is limited and this content will be taken down soon. If you've made it this far, perhaps this is the time to begin your healing. Click on the first pinned comment and start your release now. You are here for a reason. You could be seeing anything else right now, but something brought you here. Something in you recognized this calling. Maybe it's that silent voice that speaks when everyone else is silent. Maybe it's the shiver that runs through your body when certain words are or said. Or maybe it's the universe itself, which always finds a way to lead us back to what really matters. And if you are a Scorpio, or live with someone of this sign, then you know that nothing happens by chance. Everything has a time, everything has a cycle, everything has a purpose. And this video, this message is part of yours. Scorpio is not just any sign. He didn't come to please, came to wake up, and waking up hurts, because waking up requires abandoning illusions. Scorpio is the energy of the end that generates a new beginning. It is the strength that is not afraid to cross the dark, because it knows that only in the darkness is it possible to see certain truths. It is the sign that carries with it the gift and curse of depth. While many live on the surface, Scorpio dives. He feels what others shy away from feeling, understand what others prefer to ignore, and when you refuse to turn a blind eye, you become a target. It bothers, it scares, because your simple presence reminds others of everything they try to hide. But this is precisely his spiritual mission. Bring to light what is in the shadows. Scorpio is the guardian of the raw truth, of transformative pain, of the silence that speaks more than any speech. He does not lead an ordinary life because he did not come to live the ordinary. The challenges, the losses, the constant rebirths, all of this is part of the training of the Scorpio soul. It's not punishment, it's preparation for something bigger, something sacred, something that only those who carry the flame can endure. And when that flame ignites, it begins to change everything around it. The old cycles end. People who don't vibrate at the same frequency start to move away. Hidden truths come to light, and what is no longer true simply stops making sense. This can generate fear. It may feel like loneliness, but in fact, it is purification. The soul is clearing the ground so that the new can be born, so that the mission can continue, so that Scorpios can fulfill what they came to do, be an agent of transformation in the world. Edgar Cayce, in his visions, spoke about this. He saw the Scorpio spirit as an ancient being, coming from higher planes, who accepted incarnation in difficult contexts to make spiritual adjustments. Many Scorpios have lives marked by early losses, deep traumas, and painful separations. But all this has a hidden meaning. It serves to activate an inner code that could not be accessed otherwise. Cayce said that some souls carry spiritual seals, invisible markings that signal their mission on Earth, and Scorpio, without a doubt, is one of the signs that most carries this type of seal. If you feel like your life has never been simple, that the pain came too soon, that the world seemed too heavy for your age, then maybe this is the confirmation you needed. You were not punished. You have been prepared. You have not been forgotten. You were shaped. And now the time has come to stop running away from yourself, to assume your essence, to remember what you carry. Because as long as you try to be like others, you will continue to feel like something is missing. But when you embrace your intensity, your depth, your sensitivity, your pain, and your light, that's when it all starts to make sense. And this isn't just about astrology. It's about awakening. It's about remembering that you came with a spiritual mission, and that mission begins when you stop denying who you are, when you stop turning off your light so as not to disturb, when you stop running away from your own strength. Scorpio is a portal, a symbol, an ancient soul dressed in flesh and blood, and those who carry this energy feel, from an early age, that they are not here just to survive. You are here to leave deep marks, to touch lives, to activate consciences. Have you ever felt this way? Have you ever felt like your presence has an impact, even when you don't say anything? Have you ever noticed that some people feel uncomfortable around you for no apparent reason? Have you ever noticed that you attract confessions, secrets, sudden confidence, as if people feel like they can tell you things they've never told anyone else? This happens because your energy field reveals what is hidden. Scorpio has this power, and with power comes responsibility. That's why I now invite you to write in the comments if this message resonated with you, if you saw yourself somewhere along this path, if this energy is part of your story. Write, I carry the flame, and if you want to make it even stronger, say, I was prepared to be reborn, or my mission is to transform. These comments are not just thrown words, they are vibrational affirmations. They are ways of spiritually sealing what is being awakened in you now. Like this video if you felt true in what you heard, and subscribe, because in the next chapters we will delve even deeper into what Edgar Cayce saw, and that many are not yet ready to accept, but you are, and that's why you're here. Don't waste any more time living with this burden. Get your digital book, The 7 Hidden Spiritual Wounds of Your Zodiac Sign and How to Heal Them Before 2026, now, and discover how to apply these powerful teachings in your daily life. Attention! Stock is limited and running out quickly. Click now and start your journey towards the confidence you deserve. Scorpio is not on Earth by chance. The forces that govern the invisible never act by luck or coincidence. And when a Scorpio soul is born, it already carries with it a calling that comes from far away, from previous lives, from silent pacts made even before incarnation. According to Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet who accessed Akashic records with impressive precision, Scorpio is one of the few signs that takes on a spiritual mission with the full knowledge that their journey will be marked by pain, intensity, and transformation. And he accepts, because this soul knows that just passing through the fire will be able to transform everything around it. Scorpio's hidden mission is profound. It's dark, yes, but not in a negative sense. Dark, because it acts on layers where few dare touch. Cayce said that Scorpios were marked with a spiritual energy that connects them to the symbolic underworld of human existence. They are souls that transmute patterns, that cut karmic ties, that end millennial cycles. Therefore, their lives are rarely simple. There is no linearity. There are breaks. There are restarts. There are symbolic deaths. Because everything in Scorpio is internal movement, silent revolution, continuous reconstruction. And this explains why Scorpios often feel alone, even when surrounded by people. Why do you experience emotional extremes? Why do you feel the pain of the world even when everything around you seems to be fine? The Scorpio soul carries a heightened sensitivity, but it is often repressed, not out of weakness, but out of defense. After all, it's difficult to inhabit a world that doesn't recognize depth, who calls cold what is merely introspective, who judges as vindictive those who only respond with an intensity proportional to the pain they feel. But Scorpio didn't come here to please, came to fulfill, to do what needs to be done, even when it requires breaking away from everything that is comfortable. Scorpio's spiritual mission involves 3 pillars: feeling, dying, and being reborn. Feeling deeply is the first gift, but also the first pain. Nothing is superficial for Scorpio. Not love, not loss, not learning. Everything is experienced as if it were an initiation, and in a way it is. Scorpio's pain is always a preparation. There is no gratuitous suffering in your life. There is spiritual formation. Every relationship that fell apart, every betrayal that burned inside, every moment of abandonment, every loss, all of it was like a key, unlocking hidden chambers of the soul. Because the deeper Scorpio dives, the more wisdom he accesses. The truth reveals itself in pain, and only those who are able to go through pain without losing themselves are worthy of fulfilling this mission. Then comes symbolic death. Scorpio knows what it's like to die while alive. You know what it's like to look inside and not recognize yourself. You know what it's like to see everything you believed in crumble, to see the ones you loved most walk away, to see your dreams evaporate. But this death is necessary, because it allows the ego to be dissolved, allow the old to be burned, allows the soul to free itself from illusion. Cayce said that Scorpios carry within themselves the archetype of the shaman, the one who goes to the underworld, faces their own demons and returns transformed, capable of healing not only themselves but also others. And that's where the 3rd pillar comes in: rebirth. Scorpio's rebirth is not a return to what was before. It's an ascension into something entirely new. Scorpios don't come back the same. He comes back stronger, more aware, more aligned with your mission. And it is at this moment that the forbidden flame begins to shine brighter, because now he knows what he carries. Now he understands why he had to go through everything. Now he no longer apologizes for being intense, for feeling too much, for moving away to protect himself, for telling truths that no one wants to hear. Now he knows that this is all part of his spiritual role on this plane. The forbidden flame is that inner fire that cannot be tamed. It is the energy that purifies, that transforms, that awakens. And when Scorpio accepts his role as guardian of that flame, he becomes an agent of change in everything he touches. Your words begin to carry spiritual weight. Their looks become mirrors. Your presence reveals secrets. And that scares, but it also frees, because souls that are ready to evolve will recognize this call, and they will get closer, because they will feel that there is truth there. There is depth. There is something that cannot be sold, cannot be pretended, cannot be bought. Spiritual integrity. Do you who are here now feel this? Do you recognize in yourself or someone close to you this journey of pain that leads by force? These cycles of losses that, deep down, were rebirths in disguise. This intensity that many call exaggeration, but which is, in fact, the reflection of a soul that cannot bear to live half-heartedly. If so, then you have already started to remember. You have already started to access what was dormant. And I want you to strengthen that. I want you to activate this energy within you. In the comments, write, "My mission is to be reborn." Also write, if you want to affirm even more strongly, "I was chosen to transmute," or "I am the bearer of the forbidden flame." These phrases aren't just for engagement, they are written rituals. These are decrees that vibrate. When you write, you anchor. You activate it in yourself and in others who read it. Like this video if this message touched you in any way. Share with someone who needs to remember their own strength. And sign up, because what Edgar Cayce revealed about Scorpio's spiritual energy goes far beyond what has been said so far. And we will continue, because there is more. Much more. Don't waste any more time living with this burden. Get your digital book, The 7 Hidden Spiritual Wounds of Your Zodiac Sign, and How to Heal Them Before 2026, now, and discover how to apply these powerful teachings in your daily life. Attention! Stock is limited and running out quickly. Click now and start your journey towards the confidence you deserve. Those born under the energy of Scorpio do not walk in a straight line. It does not follow the flat, easy, predictable path. Scorpio is born in the whirlwind and learns from an early age that the spiritual world does not choose those most comfortable for sacred tasks. It chooses those most prepared. And preparation almost never comes to fruition. It comes through wounds. Wounds that do not bleed on the outside but tear on the inside. Betrayals, losses, silences, rejections, deep disconnections with the world around. All of this shapes the Scorpio spirit like fire shapes iron. With pain, with pressure, with intensity, but also with purpose. The Scorpio soul knows, even without rationally understanding it, that its history has never been common. You know that certain people appeared in your life just to accelerate your awakening. You know that certain pains happened because somehow the universe needed to break its structure to rebuild it stronger. And as unfair as it may seem, it isn't. It's sacred. It is the process by which the chosen ones are forged, not to become victims, but to become guides. Because only those who have gone to rock bottom are able to recognize the hand that rises. Only those who have lost everything can look at others with real compassion. Only those who have drowned in silence know when someone is about to sink. These wounds are sacred not because they are beautiful or romantic, but because they are portals. They are spiritual activators. Every pain that Scorpio carries is like a code that reveals itself throughout life. When betrayed, he learns to see beyond the masks. When abandoned, he connects with his energetic self-sufficiency. When he is silenced, he dives inward and finds his own truth. And when he comes back, because he always comes back, he never comes back the same. Return with eyes that see the invisible, with a presence that commands respect, with words that don't need to be shouted to be heard. And that's scary, because it's rare, it's authentic, it's real. Scorpio is not cold. It only protects what is too hot to be exposed to anyone. It is not closed, it is selective. He is not vindictive by nature. He just gives back with intensity what he receives. He's not too intense. He's just whole. And in a world accustomed to halves, superficialities, fragile connections, and liquid, love's being whole is revolutionary. That's why so many don't understand Scorpios. And that's why he attracts so much projection, so much judgment, so much curiosity. Because there's something about him that can't be explained. You can feel it. And what is deeply felt bothers those who are not ready to feel it. Cayce saw this as proof that Scorpio is a transition point between worlds, a bridge between the visible and the invisible. the sign that carries the most symbols of symbolic death, the serpent that sheds its skin, the phoenix that rises from the ashes, the scorpion that defends itself even when it knows it could destroy itself. This symbolism is not just poetic, it is spiritual, because Scorpios need to die and be reborn several times within the same life. You need to let go of old versions of yourself, let go of identities that no longer fit, cut ties with patterns that tie you to limited realities. And that is painful, but it is divine. These wounds leave marks, and it is precisely in them that initiation lives. The scar is the sign that something has been overcome, that there was war, yes, but there was also survival. And more than that, there was transformation. With each pain overcome, Scorpio becomes closer to its mission. With each fall, he collects pieces of himself that were hidden, and when you bring them all together, after these fragments, he finally understands who he is. Not just any sign, not an ordinary person, but a soul on a mission, a spirit on a journey, a channel between worlds. If you've seen yourself in this, remembered some pain that shaped you, some silence that strengthened you, some loss that pushed you deeper into yourself, then maybe that's confirmation that you were never alone. It was never a mistake. It was never bad luck. It was called. It was alignment. It was spiritual. And now, as you hear this, something inside you begins to throb again. Maybe it's your own flame rekindling. Maybe it's the echo of your sacred mission, calling you back. So if this excerpt spoke to you in a way that common words don't, write in the comments, "My wounds are portals." Or if you want to go deeper, say, "I carry sacred pain." Or "Every loss brought me closer to my mission." These phrases are more than comments. They are declarations of the soul. These are statements of recognition. And when you write, you not only ground yourself energetically, but also activate the field of whoever is reading. Like this video if you felt truth in it, and share it with anyone you feel carries that same depth. Sign up, because what Cayce saw about the hidden power of Scorpios still holds revelations that only those who remain will receive. And you are prepared for it, because you feel it, because you know. Don't waste any more time living with this burden. Get your digital book, The 7 Hidden Spiritual Wounds of Your Zodiac Sign, and How to Heal Them Before 2026. Now, and discover how to apply these powerful teachings in your daily life. Attention! Stock is limited and running out quickly. Click now and start your journey towards the confidence you deserve. The truth is that the world has never known how to deal with what it cannot control. And Scorpio is uncontrollable by nature, not because of gratuitous rebellion, but because his soul carries what few have the courage to face, the secret code of the forbidden flame. This energy cannot be manipulated, tamed, or boxed. She belongs to a level of consciousness that crosses time, plans, masks. And this code is not read with the eyes, it is felt with the soul. When a Scorpio enters a room, even silent, even restrained, something changes in the air. The energy field adjusts. The truth is forced to emerge. Appearances begin to deteriorate, because where this flame touches, nothing that is a lie remains intact. The forbidden flame represents absolute transmutation. It is the fire that not only consumes, but transforms. It burns everything that is illusory, but returns something purer, more true. Scorpio doesn't just live this process. He is this process. He is the channel through which the invisible manifests itself to fulfill a mission, awakening dormant consciences. But there is a price for this. There always is. The Scorpio soul pays this price with experiences that test its limits, its faith, its own sense of identity. Because, to guide the flame, it must first let everything artificial within it burn. Only then will she be able to carry this strength, without losing herself. This secret code is not taught in books. It is not in formulas, nor is it transmitted through empty words. It is activated by experience, by diving, by crossing. Scorpio often only understands that they carry this energy when they have already found themselves at rock bottom, when they have had to rebuild their life from scratch, when they realize that, even in the midst of destruction, there is still something in them that cannot be erased, that insists on shining even when everything is dark. That something is the forbidden flame, and not just any soul is prepared to lead it. Therefore, when she reveals herself, others react. Some move away, Others get scared, and there are those who try to reduce this force, not because it is negative, but because it is too true, and the truth hurts. The truth is scary, especially when it appears through someone who is no longer willing to remain silent, to shrink, to deny their deep nature. Scorpio, when it awakens to the code it carries, becomes impossible to ignore. His gaze passes through. His words vibrate. Your intuition pierces the surface of any appearance. He senses when something isn't right, even if everyone says otherwise. He senses what's coming. He realizes when a cycle has come to an end, when a bond needs to be cut, when a truth needs to be told, and even though it brings pain, it does. Because your mission is not to please. It's shining light on what's in the shadows, even if it costs you peace. Cayce saw this characteristic as a type of spiritual radar, something that vibrates in Scorpio like an invisible compass, pointing to where there is blockage, lie, manipulation. And when that compass points, there is no way to ignore it. The Scorpio soul feels it in the body, in dreams, on the skin, and starts to act. Sometimes you don't even understand rationally why you're moving away someone's, because they are changing their lives, ending cycles, cutting off relationships. But something inside her knows. I always knew. This deep knowledge is the code itself in action, the flame showing the way even when it seems dark. But it is precisely in this darkness that Scorpio moves with mastery. He sees what others fear to touch. He enters into processes that many avoid for a lifetime. He confronts truths that are painful but liberating. And for this reason, many are afraid of Scorpio, not because of what he does, but because of what he awakens. Because wherever Scorpio passes, masks fall, the truths reveal themselves, cycles change, and those who are not ready for this walk away. It's not personal, it's energetic. The Scorpio frequency activates the hidden pains of others, and only those who are ready to face their own shadow can remain next to someone who carries that fire. But Scorpio also needs to remember, their strength is not a burden, it's a blessing. The forbidden flame is only given to those who can bear it, to those who were prepared by other lives, by other journeys, to those who have already proven that they do not give up in the face of chaos, that they do not sell themselves for acceptance, that they do not negotiate their truth. Therefore, when you feel that your intensity bothers you, that your depth scares you, that your silence causes discomfort, remember, you did not come to fit in, you came to awaken, and it awakens those who are ready, not those who are comfortable. If all of this is resonating with you, if you have already realized that your presence carries something beyond what meets the eye, then it is time to embrace this code, to stop doubting your intuition, to stop hiding your intensity as if it were a defect, to recognize that your mission requires courage, presence, and truth, and that the flame you carry, the same one that burns silently inside your chest, is not madness, exaggeration, or drama. It is the universe itself manifesting itself through you. And if you felt this now, if something lit up inside you, if this text touched what no one usually touches, then write here in the comments, I carry the code. And if you want to say it even more strongly, say, wherever I go, the truth awakens, or the forbidden flame lives in me. Each of these phrases is more than engagement. It is a symbolic ritual. It's you activating what was already yours by spiritual right. Like this video if it spoke to your soul. Share with anyone you feel also carries this energy. And sign up, because what comes next will reveal even deeper aspects about Scorpio's spiritual role and the transformation he came to accomplish in the world. Don't waste any more time living with this burden. Get your digital book, The 7 Hidden Spiritual Wounds of Your Zodiac Sign, and How to Heal Them Before 2026 now, and discover how to apply these powerful teachings in your daily life. Attention, stock is limited and running out quickly. Click now and start your journey towards the confidence you deserve. And this is precisely where the most delicate point of the Scorpio journey lies. Because as long as the forbidden flame is lit, Scorpio fulfills its mission with power, depth, and spiritual alignment. But there is a risk, and it is silent, sneaky, often almost imperceptible. The risk of trying to fit into a world that is not ready for your truth. When this happens, when Scorpio begins to hide his intensity to be accepted, when he represses his perception so as not to scare, when he pretends that he does not feel what he feels he begins to disconnect from his most sacred nature, and what was a mission becomes a prison. The flame, once vibrant, begins to weaken, and without this flame, Scorpio loses its way, loses its purpose, loses its connection with its spiritual essence. This drop is not immediately visible. She starts slowly. Scorpio begins to shut up when something bothers him. You begin to tolerate shallow relationships, friendships that don't nourish you, environments that drain your energy. You begin to ignore your own feelings, to sabotage yourself emotionally, to adapt to a smaller version of yourself. All this to be accepted, to be understood, to not feel so different. But this attempt at camouflage comes at a high price, because Scorpio was not born for the surface. He was born for depth, and when you live denying who you are, that depth becomes pain, a nameless pain, a diffuse anguish, a void that nothing fills. Often, Scorpio starts to believe that there is something wrong with them. You begin to internalize the projections you receive from others. He believes that it is really too complicated, too cold, difficult to deal with. But what actually happens is that he is trying to operate on a frequency that is not his own. He's forcing himself to function as someone he's never been, and that creates a brutal disconnection. When the soul moves away from its purpose, the body feels it, the mind feels, your whole life feels, and the universe begins to give signs. Relationships begin to fall apart, plans don't flow, emotional health weakens, and all of this is a warning, not punishment, but course correction. The forbidden flame, when ignored, turns into poison, because all the spiritual energy that was meant to heal, transmute, and illuminate when repressed, turns against those who carry it. Scorpio begins to self-sabotage, to close in, to create walls that are too high. He begins to attack before being attacked, to distrust everything, to live in defensive mode. Not because he wants to be that way, but because he is trying to protect himself from a world that constantly pits him against himself. And the more you protect yourself, the more you isolate yourself. The more you isolate yourself, the more you lose. Cayce already said, "The soul that carries a mission and tries to escape from it finds peace nowhere, because no matter where you are, the call will follow you. The quest will reappear, and it will do this through signs, encounters, synchronicities, and sometimes even through chaos, because the universe would rather you suffer for insisting on not being you than allow you to continue erasing yourself, living a life that doesn't belong to you." Scorpio's fall is a reminder. The intensity he carries is not a mistake. It's a gift. The depth you feel is not an exaggeration. It is a spiritual language. The sensitivity that seems like a burden is, in fact, the antenna that connects you to the invisible. And when he tries to silence that, he disconnects from everything, even himself. Scorpio's biggest challenge is not enduring pain. He is already born with this ability. The real challenge is accepting that you were born to be different, that you won't find comfort where others do, that you won't have light relationships like most, that you won't be able to pretend all the time. Scorpios need to understand that their freedom lies precisely in living their truth, and by doing so, you not only light your own flame, but also inspire others to do the same. It's not easy, and it was never promised that it would be, but it is possible and necessary. Because every time Scorpio recalibrates with its essence, something heals in the collective, something reorganizes in the subtle fields. He doesn't just heal himself, he paves the way for others to be free too. This is the beauty and weight of carrying the forbidden flame. It transforms everything it touches, including the one who carries it. If you saw yourself on this journey, if you felt like you've already gone through this fall or are going through it now, write in the comments, "I'm returning to my essence." If you want to further reinforce your truth, write, "My intensity is my strength," or "I will no longer erase myself to be accepted." Each of these phrases carries a frequency. They vibrate, they seal, they reactivate. Like this video if it spoke directly to you. Share with someone who might be stuck in the same process. And sign up, because we're not done yet. We're just going through a portal. And what comes next is pure revelation for those who have the courage to continue. Don't waste any more time living with this burden. Get your digital book, The 7 Hidden Spiritual Wounds of Your Zodiac Sign, and How to Heal Them Before 2026, now, and discover how to apply these powerful teachings in your daily life. Attention, Stock is limited and running out quickly. Click now and start your journey towards the confidence you deserve. If you've come this far, it's because something deeper called you. Something that does not come from reason but from a subtle, mysterious place, where words touch what the eyes cannot see. And if what has been said so far has vibrated within you in a way that even you cannot explain, then perhaps this is the moment your soul begins to remember. Because when you hear a truth and get goosebumps, when you feel that someone is saying something that you yourself have never been able to put into words, it is a sign that the veil between the worlds has thinned. It's a sign that you're ready to activate what has been hidden for a long time, or rather, what the world has tried to erase in you. Scorpio has never been afraid of the invisible. On the contrary, he was always close to him. Since childhood, this energy feels things before they happen, perceives what is behind what is said, recognizes between the lines what no one dares to say. It's as if Scorpios live on a simultaneous plane, where the spiritual and the emotional go hand in hand. And this sensitivity, which many try to erase or call exaggeration, is in fact a sacred antenna, an instrument of perception that connects this soul to hidden realities, to invisible planes, to truths that only the chosen can sustain. The point is that this sensitivity does not come alone. It comes with responsibility. It comes with an emotional charge, with memories of other lives, with intuitions that sometimes scare even those who carry them. Scorpio is not just a sign. It is a channel of force, a living symbol of transmutation. And if you are a Scorpio, or it carries this vibration in your chart in a remarkable way, so you need to understand that nothing you experienced was for nothing. Not the pain, not the silence, not the departures, not the cycles that seemed unfair. It was all part of the process of awakening your spiritual essence. The world needs souls who are not afraid to cross the shadows, souls who look chaos in the eye and still keep the faith. And Scorpio is that type of soul, the one who carries the mark of the phoenix on her chest, even if she forgot about it for a while. And maybe this video will be the reminder you needed to recognize that. Perhaps it is the exact moment when your energy begins to reorganize, your gaze changes direction, and your soul understands that it is returning to the place it should never have strayed from. Its truth. This truth is not always comfortable. It can be dense, intense, require letting go and breaking, but it is liberating, because the more you try to deny your strength, the more you get sick, and the more you embrace who you are, the more the universe opens paths. Everything starts to flow differently. The right people arrive. The weights go away. Intuitions strengthen. The signals become clearer. And most importantly, you stop feeling out of place, because you finally understand that you're not here to fit in. You're here to remind others that it's possible to be whole. If you carry this energy and are ready to embrace it once and for all, then write in the comments with the right intention, with presence, with truth. Write, "I am keeper of the flame." Let this phrase vibrate inside you before typing. Feel it. Decree. It's not just a sentence. She is a seal, a confirmation, an energetic activation. And if you want to deepen this ritual, you can also write, "I return to my essence now," or "My soul knows what it carries." Because when you write, you're not just engaging with the video, you are telling the universe, "I am ready." Like this video, if it spoke straight to your soul, this helps the algorithm, yes, but it goes further. This shows that you are in tune with this frequency. Share with another Scorpio who may be going through a dark phase and needs this reminder. Sometimes a single message can rekindle a flame that seemed dormant. And sign up, because we are just at the beginning of a journey of spiritual revelations. The next video will delve into the depths of another chosen sign, Pisces, and reveal why it holds the ultimate key to spiritual redemption. And you will understand why Scorpio opens the portal, but it is Pisces that goes through it to the end. Don't leave. Don't disconnect. Something bigger is being built here, and you are part of it. If you've stayed with me this far, it's because this message really spoke to your soul. And if you made it to the end, I have a special request for you. Subscribe to the channel now. Here, each video is a portal, each word carries a frequency, and each revelation is made thinking about souls like yours, who feel, who know, who remember. Leave a like if this content touched you in any way. This is not just a click. It is a way of saying, "I receive this truth." And in the comments, I want you to write, "I have been called, and I am ready to follow." This sentence seals everything that was activated here today. It is a spiritual confirmation, a commitment to your essence. And before leaving, don't close this screen. The next video is already appearing on the left side, and in it, you will discover why Pisces carries the last key to spiritual redemption. The journey doesn't end here. She's just getting started. See you at the next portal.